Welcome back to another Rich Sports and Reviews. Um, episode 4 of Endgame is out and about to watch it now. So we're gonna do the same format of 10 minutes each. But the show's picking up its pace. It's picking up and it's becoming a lot more interesting. And we're seeing how intertwined Val and Elena's lives really are. It's kind of scary and interesting. And Elena is breaking down a lot of the government's higher ups and people that are meant to be trusted in the world. It's really interesting. So, let's get it. Yeah, I'll edit this bit out. Not gonna lie. Right, so if you remember what happened in the last episode, Val finds out that her husband knew Elena long before he was arrested, and she's trying to get to the bottom of it. And we also find out that Val's boss is absolutely a dickhead. He thinks that he's smart enough. He tries to use a gas that could, what's the word I'm looking for, poison, put people to sleep, but it has a history of actually killing people. Now, that makes the whole situation beyond interesting. And obviously, it turns out that they use that situation for her team, for Elena's team, to get out of the bank with unseen and unnoticed, and they all escaped. They are away. No one knows what they look like. No one knows who they are, and they've gotten away. So it's difficult to see what's going to happen. It's like Elena has worked and thought of many ways to get around things. It's interesting to see how she's thought so far ahead. Now, towards the end of the episode, we do see that Val went to visit her husband, and he ends up telling her good luck. She goes home, and she's thinking over the things that her husband told her, and she finds a book. She opens the book and she finds a USB in there, and that's where it ends. We don't know what's on the USB yet. I'm guessing we're gonna find out in this episode. So let's the big show begin, shall we? All right, let's go. You know what? I have to admit. So one of the teams were in a bank and they were hammering a hole in the wall, and they tried to find out what's going on. But this sort of act had. If you've seen the Inside Man with Denzel Washington, right? The same exact type of thing. They just before the police even rush, they release everyone out so they can make a clean escape. They have everything on time, on schedule, everything that's going to happen, everything they predict is going to happen, it happens all at the exact same time. It's unreal. They've planned it. They planned it so well. Now, let's go back to that USB drive. So we figured out that on the USB drive is an audio voice of Val. I don't know, it's just an audio voice of Val saying something in Gambia. Now, we know what happened in Gambia is that apparently Elena shot a bullet at Val, but from what we see in the flashback in the episode, is that it turns out that Elena is actually trying to save the hostages, and I'm guessing that one of the bullets was not meant for Val, but it seems like Elena has been thinking of trying to get Val to work with her ever since then. It's special. It's very interesting, but we will see what happens in the rest of the episode. So far, so good. It's really good. Really good. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So, Elena again is working. She is doing so many things overtime. Her team is working absolutely outstanding. Now, if you haven't seen it, watch it, because this is like a Saw episode with the tricks and the upgrades to technology. So they get into the bank, they go search where the team had originally did the explosion to drop the chandelier in the bank. Now we have 3 police officers, the SWAT, 2 SWATs, and the one and Val's boss, the FBI. agent. Now, as soon as they walk in there, they trigger, something goes off, and you just see lasers drop down. Lasers are there, and now these officers cannot get out of this section without potentially being cut alive. It will cut them alive. It seems like the lasers will cut through, and it will kill them. Um, it's interesting because we still don't know how Val is getting information outside, or how she's getting information. Well, not Val, Elena. We don't know how Elena is getting information inside the bunker. We know that she's getting it from her husband through one of the machines, but how is she getting other information from everyone else? There's so many things that are going on. It's really intriguing. Again, you don't know who's good, you don't know who's bad, you don't know who's working for who. There's so many things that are going on. It makes you wonder and makes you think. But it seems like the lasers are time triggered because the lasers have just moved and it looks like someone's going to be cut up today. So we just saw a little flashback of what happened in Gambia with Val when she rescued those teachers. The bullet wasn't meant for Val. It was meant to warn Val. I just seen it and it just came to me like it's to warn her. It's to tell her that someone's there. Don't move. It was a warning shot. It wasn't to kill her or anything like that. Elena's just been it. Look, I know she's been trying to do it from the beginning of the episode, trying to make a friend out of Val, but it looks like Elena's been actually trying to save Val for a very, very long time. Um, I think Val has the wrong thought patterns of what Elena actually wants, and I think we're gonna see. Well, I think Val's gonna find out what really happened in Gambia. Interesting. But on the other hand, it looks like Val is about to capture one of Elena's top, um, what's the word, men, because she has tracked him down to the boat's marina where he is waiting. Looks like he's waiting for his other half to join him. Let's see what happens if Val even arrests him or anything, because I feel like if he gets arrested, then the men in the bank are about to get sliced up by those lasers, which I think is going to be a judgment call on what Val decides to do or what the FBI decide to do. Let's carry on. Right. So it turns out Federova obviously can read lips, and the director has figured that out now. Um, but her man that's on the border that's been obviously caught by Val obviously only talks to Federova. So Federova actually did tell him to stand down, which I'm guessing is part of her plan because, you know, she always has a plan for everything, so it seems. And they asked, how do we turn off the lasers? He goes, nothing. They don't do anything. And the lasers just pass through all three agents. I'm not gonna lie, that's a massive egg on the face. It's funny, but it's definitely a massive egg on the face. Yo. Um, so obviously Val catches them, Elena's right hand man. He tells her, stop listening to your own voice. She listens to the recording again and figures out that the guns that the warlord in Gambia was using were actually M16s. Now, Snow White, doesn't deal in American weapons. So who could have done it? Now, the bank that she's taken over, it let's just say they have found the safe, and in that safe there is documents. There are over 20 crypto wallets. There's load of information in there, and one of them is labeled Gambia. Now they've gone to speak to the owner of the bank, who is still saying he's adamant that he doesn't know what the hell's going on, but he does. And we're about to see what happens. But he's called for his lawyer. Said that he needs to talk to his lawyer. So he obviously knows that something is going on that is wrong. But also, Elena has said to Val, well, that's what happens when I save your life. I'm glad I saved your life. And Val's just like, okay. Also, did you not know that eye drops can make you really, really sick if you ingest it? Sergey and Val's husband are on a madness. Yeah, they are. Yep. Wow. Duke really hates Val. So Duke is Val's boss. So he's basically saying that we need to switch up the roles because I shouldn't be in the field. She should be in the field. There should be more. I shouldn't be taking orders from her. Now, he really hates her because he does not want to take orders from her at all. It's as if it disgusts him. He is absolutely disgusted. And you know what? I love it because it is beyond funny at what is going on. Now, after that, the director has told him, just take orders. That's the way that it is. She's got more insight on everything about this. And he's just like, nah. Mm-mm. He's walking out and he stops by the window where Val and Elena are, Val's standing, Elena's sitting down. He looks in the window and he basically says, I am going to destroy you. Man, I've never seen a man hate a woman so much before. Actually, damn. Like, really? You hate her this much? Shit. Oh. So basically, Elena told Val the story of how she saved her life and how they've always been working together. Val has discovered what the picture is and what are they watching. And Elena says this the beginning of our story. We don't know what the beginning of the story is as of yet. It must be Gambia, but it could be something different. We don't know yet. And also, Val has figured out how Elena is getting messages inside the bunker. Now, what's going to happen in later episodes, I don't know. But as Val says, the balance of power has now shifted. Look, episode 4, this show is amazing. It's amazing. I love it. And it is definitely growing on me more and more as I watch. I've loved it since I've watched the trailer, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Since I've watched the trailer, I have loved it completely. And again, as much as I've said it in multiple videos, having two leading ladies is amazing. They are killing the show. It is wonderful. It is brilliant to see, and they work well so together. They work well so well. But hey, that was episode 4. It was outstanding. And let me know in the comments, guys, on what you thought about the episode. Are you enjoying the series so far? 4 episodes in, and so many twists and turns. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Do you know what's gonna happen next? What are your theories on the show itself? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments, and if you haven't already, please smash that like button. Help me out with the algorithm, and also hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the family. Become a part of the community, and let me know if there's any sort of shows you'd want me to review, or any sort of trailers you want me to react to. That's obviously of upcoming shows. But again, guys, or any sort of video that you see out there that you think is interesting that you want to see a reaction on. But again, the Endgame, absolutely outstanding. Again, it is definitely hitting it out of the park. They are smashing it completely. Thank you all for jumping into the show. I hope you all had an amazing time. I'm M Rich. It's been great to entertain you, and I'm out, baby. Yeah.